Friends, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about the Zestimate. For those of you that do not know what the Zestimate is, it's basically an online opinion of what Zillow thinks your property is worth. It's not a true reflection of what the current market value of your property is. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because recently, over the last few years, Zillow has tried to harness technology, right, to come up with an algorithm that could determine what the value of your home is, right, and also predict the future value of your property. Now, how is this different than the traditional current market analysis that someone like myself or another professional realtor could provide to you? Well, for starters, we actually look at the property in person, right? Also, we factor in, obviously, the location, the condition, the upgrades, the updates that you have done to the property. I personally factor in what the market has been doing over the last 3 months and where I think the market will be in 3 months. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it stable? Last time I checked, the algorithm that produces the Zestimate on your house was not doing that. Now, why is this important to know? Well, it's important to know because in 2017, Zillow decided to become an iBuyer. Look, an iBuyer is just another term for an online wholesaler. Okay, and if you don't know what a wholesaler is, watch some other videos, okay? And what they did is they inserted themselves into the home buying or home selling process and started making offers to homeowners that were interested in selling their property. Fast forward to 2021. Okay, and this is point 2 that I want to make, is that they ended up buying tens of thousands of properties. Currently, they own approximately 9,800 homes. An additional 8,200 of those properties are currently under contract, and about 66% of those properties that are now listed for sale by Zillow are being sold below what they purchased them for. Now, what's alarming is that they bought so many properties, right, that could potentially have gone out to the average consumer. We know there's a shortage of inventory. Doesn't it make sense that maybe, right, just maybe, depending on how you see things, that those consumers should have gotten a shot at it? Now, it is what it is. There's speculation about what they were trying to do. I'm not gonna go into that today. But I want to talk about why this is important to know. Well, as a result, right, like I mentioned a minute ago, right, Zillow has lost almost $500 million. And unfortunately, they're going to lay off about 25% of their workforce. That's not good news. It's never good news when people are let go, right? But it shows that if you put too much trust in an algorithm, right, that eliminates the human factor, that eliminates, in this case, the realtor, right, stuff like this happens. Look, I understand that the selling process or the home buying process is a very emotional process. I get it. I've been doing it for 14 years. I've assisted hundreds of individuals. But doesn't it make sense that you deal with a professional instead of an algorithm, right? That could potentially put you in a situation like this? Once again, there are differences between an algorithm and professional realtors. Next time you decide to entertain the sale of your property, look at those options right there and see how that can make a difference to your bottom line. Finally, point 3, a word of caution to my fellow realtors. Look, whether you're a part-time hobbyist or a top producer, we all know that Zillow has been around since 2006. In the beginning, I was part of this as well, right? There was a mutual agreement that they would generate the lead and hand it over to us for a fee, right? And we would step in and help the consumer sell or buy. It was a very profitable agreement between Zillow, the realtors, right, and the consumer. They got interaction with a face-to-face human, not an algorithm. They stated that they would never get into our side of the business, right? Instead of fostering that mutual relationship, what did they do? Well, we know that in 2017, they started buying homes directly. And we know where that ended up. In 2021, they became a full brokerage. Look, I get it. Many of you are still spending thousands, if not tens of thousands, into their premier platform. I want to say this because I think it will eventually happen. Zillow does not come in peace. The writing is on the wall that they're out to replace the professional realtor, which I believe, right, is a loss not only for the realtor, but also for the consumer. Why? Because a professional realtor has a vested interest in making sure that the homeowner or the consumer that is looking to buy gets the best possible representation out there. I do not think an algorithm can do that. That is my opinion. And I want to finish with this quote from Gary Keller. You all know who that is, a titan of our industry. Realtors will determine the fate of our industry with their dollars spent. If you write a check to Zillow, you are voting for a Zillow world. If this is how Zillow works, well, I'm not sure that is the best option for either the realtor, the professional, or the consumer. Thank you. Have a good day. Adios.